All right. Hey guys. Give you guys a second to jump on here, but welcome to Tabee Talks. It's Tuesday and we're back here. Hope everybody's had a good week. Thank you guys for joining. And just giving a second here. Hey guys. So I kind of had a good week until yesterday. My check engine light decided to come on, so we had to take it to the dealership. And so the issue is thankfully nothing too crazy, but it's definitely still, of course, not one of the cheapest things to fix. So yeah, there's that. But we'll manage. Be an adult, yay us. That's a happy birthday to me, right? Spend money on your birthday on your car. Yay. So anyways, hopefully we'll get all those details worked out and be able to get the car fixed here soon. But enough of my complaining. Tonight's definitely going to be an encouragement for myself and a reminder for myself, and I hope that it's that for you. Hey! Just for anybody who maybe is jumping in for the first time ever on here, for this Tabee Talk, just to give you a little overview, my goal on this is to encourage you and to help you to know how to encourage others. And for me to also be encouraged. This is kind of an uplifter for me as well when I come on here and get to talk to you guys, and still continuing to get messages, which I am so grateful for. I know I said it last time, but I really didn't expect to get any messages from anybody yet. But I really do appreciate them. They're, an encouragement for me, and I love being able to just chat with you and be open with you, and I'm thankful that you're comfortable enough to be open with me and share with me maybe where you're at, or like we talked about last week, your tools or anything like that. So as we get ready to jump in here tonight, if you saw my Insta story or Facebook, tonight I'm going to be talking about how your helpful hand can help tomorrow's struggle. Let's jump in. So I'm going to start with a little story. I'm going to try to keep tonight brief. It was probably about 2 years ago that my husband and I were just at the convenience store right down the road. And we were in line, and there's a younger little boy in front of us, and he went to go pay for his couple items he had, nothing crazy, and he didn't have enough. And he was, in the process of figuring out, making that decision of which piece of candy basically he was gonna forgo. And I just felt led that I should just go ahead and pay for it. And didn't make a scene, didn't want him to be embarrassed, wasn't looking for me to get any credit for it. I just kind of said, quietly, don't worry about it, we'll go ahead and get all of it, keep your money. And he was thankful and grateful, and he went on about his day. Well, there was another woman in line who just happened to witness it and see it, and she was encouraged by it, and she just said, I really like seeing that. That's not necessarily something you see in the world anymore today. People aren't really lending helping hands or anything like that anymore. And I will say it was a very diverse group too. So it was kind of a really cool overview picture as well. Not one of the, including the cashier, not one of the four of us was the same ethnicity. So that kind of makes it even more cool, I think. But anyway, so she saw that, witnessed it, and she said, I just want to say, that really impacted me, and I really appreciate people that still are out here and still lending a helping hand and helping others when they can. And let me just keep in mind, it was literally not a lot of money. We aren't really people who have all the extras that went out at a restaurant paying for everybody's meals or anything like that. But it was just a small token, and it impacted him, and it impacted her. And then she proceeds to tell me, which this is when I mean, LuLaRoe is probably still a good like in thing, but it was like booming at the time, right? And she happened to be a LuLaRoe consultant. So she said, I really want to give you my card, and if you would just find me her, Facebook thing was on there so I could contact her. She's like, I really would just like to give you a pair of leggings. And I'm like, score. Thank you, Jesus. Got some free leggings, and it wasn't the purpose or the intention. I wasn't doing it to get anything back from it, honestly, what I got back from it was being able to help him. You know what I mean? Even in the smallest way, because I made an impact on him, and I hope that he remembers that down the road and goes and shares it with people, So, but double win, got some leggings out of it. I sent her a message, and she let me pick them out, and she dropped them off to me, and that was the story, which I thought was really cool. But the story doesn't end. So fast forward probably like a year and a half later, my husband and I had moved. We were in an apartment originally. We didn't go very far, but we were in a new neighborhood. We moved into some townhouses down the road from where we were. And one evening, my car got broken into. And of course, I left it unlocked. So partially my own fault. They didn't break any windows or anything. They opened the door. But of course, they took my wallet, took, all the cards out and everything, went and spent money, like $80 at McDonald's. They apparently were driving a Suburban full of kids or something. I don't know. And Walmart and all the things and gas, whatever. But got my money back, thankfully, and just had to go through that whole process of canceling all your cards. And I was just dreading having to go to DMV to get a new license, because, of course, they took that. And probably a couple days, I know I probably should have already had gotten it by then, but I hadn't. Probably it had been a couple days, and I get a message on Facebook from this lady that I had run into a year and a half before. And she's like, hey, and it's a picture. And it's literally a picture of my license. And I'm like, this is weird. How does she have my license, And she's like, hey, my son found this under their car. We were getting in. And it was, near his door. And he handed it to me. And I recognized you from before. So she sent me a message. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And she's like, so, where do you live? And I'll mail it to you, or, wherever we can meet up, or you can come get it. I told her where I live, and she literally lives in my same neighborhood. How crazy. Like, seriously, the craziest thing ever. But just like full circle there, like seriously, like, so what I was saying about what tonight is your helping hand today can help a struggle tomorrow, whether that's someone else's struggle, like the little boy who was impacted because he was struggling at the time, and now maybe he can help someone, or if he's struggling, he can remember the time, or like this situation where it just literally came back full circle. I was able to lend a helping hand, and she had already, gave me those leggings, and I'm like, this is awesome. But then I was going through that time of struggle and frustration. And because we met a year and a half ago before that at a convenience store, and the little impact and everything, the exchange that happened, like she remembered me. She was able to contact me. And then, of course, I live like right down the road. How crazy. Like, God's amazing. He is literally in everything you do. And tonight's not going to be super long. This is almost over already. But I just wanted to share that, just to say, like, if you feel in your heart to help someone, or pay for someone, or whatever it is in any situation, it could literally be helping somebody that you see taking their trash out, or you just feel like someone needs a smile or a wave or a hug or a compliment. Like, compliments go so far. It doesn't have to be things that cost money, but just reaching out when you feel led to, like, just listen to that and go with it and do it, and don't be scared or afraid. God says, like, our our helping hand, basically lending a helping hand, like helping others and helping the people that are around us and in our community, it does not go unnoticed. So I just challenge you this week that, you know, you might feel led and you might not, you don't expect something from it, but just know it doesn't go unnoticed, you know? And just, I challenge you to reach out, to help someone, and honestly, in just the helping, I think you get a lot just from helping. Like when you go through with what you feel led to do, I think you get a lot just from that. And I'll say, like, oh yes, yeah. So yeah, Mom, just like that. But I was going to say something, of course, and I've got sidetracked by looking at those messages, but, what was it? Oh, no. Oh, geez. Way to go. Anyway, but I just challenge you to do that. Reach out, help someone. If you do, I would really, really, really love to hear your story. And to kind of hear like the process of whether you were in line or you just you felt someone needed a hug or a compliment, and maybe something came from it, or maybe you just did it and you just felt this just sense of peace afterwards and you felt encouraged from it. Like you just walked out with a smile on your face and you felt like you did what you were called to do in that moment. And I do know what I was going to say. I think sometimes it's hard. I know I've had times where I've struggled and I've thought it's hard, like it's with homeless people is the example I'm thinking of. But are they homeless? Are they not homeless? Well, they turned around and got in a car, you know what I mean? Or they're going to go buy this with it or that with it. And I think if you feel led to give them money or a drink or food, you just do it. What they do with it, that's not our business. We don't want them to do the wrong things with it. Maybe you pray before you give them the money if you're giving them money, or you pray before whatever it is, pray over it and just pray they do the right thing with it, but mostly that it impacts them. And if you feel led to do it, you just do it. I don't think it's wrong or right or anything. But I think we just have to just help. We're just here to help. I mean, I think if you're standing on a street asking for money, like, there's something. You're in need of something. Whether you're actually in need of the money or the food, we don't know unless you build a relationship with them. But they're in need of love. They're in need of attention. They're in need of knowing that people care about them. So whatever you do for them, they're going to be impacted by it. But yeah, so anyway, so I say all that to say, just again, I challenge you to just go with your heart this week, lend a helping hand, and I want to hear about it. Message me, and if, again, as always, if you need any encouragement or anything like that, please, please, please feel free to reach out and message me. Also, I started a YouTube channel, so all these live videos, I'll continue doing them on here, but I am going to post them to YouTube afterwards. So if you want to subscribe on there and watch them on there, comment on there, you can do that. And I also have started an email if that's, an easier way for people to contact, or they'd rather do that. It's literally Tabee Talks, TABEE, Talks, TALKS @gmail.com. So please feel free to reach out through here, email, whatever it is. And I would love to hear from you, hear your stories, and just be able to encourage you. So thank you guys, and look forward to talking to you next week. Be on a lookout for Thursday's scripture this week. And again, it's probably going to be related to our talk. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week, and thanks for joining again. Bye.